Another artsy A24 project. Everyone get excited. Stop what you're doing. It's here. Get ready. Prepare yourself. I don't know. So, I just watched The Drama, directed by Christopher Borgli, starring Zendaya, Robert Pattinson, and Alana Haim. And I've got a lot to say. Now, I think I'm going to do something I don't usually do in my reviews, which is talk spoilers. It's really hard to talk about The Drama without going into what The Drama is. So at the start of this video, I'm going to try and skirt around spoilers as much as I can. And then towards the end, I'm going to talk about spoilers just a little tiny bit because, again, you need to know what The Drama is before you can really discuss The Drama at length. I feel like this movie is going to be pretty divisive as it hinges on what the drama is for you to fully buy into what it's putting down. The marketing purposefully removes this essential plot point in order to create this ambiguity around what was said that was so bad that's going to derail this couple's relationship. Unfortunately, I was one of those people who just does not buy into the catalyst for the drama at all. Not one bit. This leaves me subsequently pretty annoyed with how the characters react to the drama within the narrative and leaves me not buying into what the movie is trying to say either because I don't get the inciting incident or I don't understand how the inciting incident can lead to all of these issues. And everyone's reaction to what the drama is leaves the characters not feeling like real people. They don't react to what's actually going on, or they don't react to each other. They are just vessels to get to the next plot point of the story. When you have this character-motivated drama that it's trying to point itself out to be, and you don't buy into that inciting incident, you just cannot absorb yourself into what is going on. The film is very lucky that it has Robert Pattinson and Zendaya as its leads, as any lesser performances would have had me even less interested than I already was in the film. Their natural charisma is what allows me to at least buy into this couple being together in the first place, which, again, the story hinges on this relationship to tell its narrative. Even if I don't believe the character's actions taken after the drama is spilt, at least I buy into Robert Pattinson and Zendaya and their chemistry. It is genuinely funny at times. Like sometimes I was cackling out loud laughing, and it's helped that in most parts, the dialogue is actually quite competent. It does sometimes feel like it's trying too hard to make you laugh. And also it seems a little bit pandering in terms of, oh, this is how people talk now when the dialogue is being written. Even though I'm not enamored with the screenplay itself, I can get how people would enjoy it. The editing is also a bit weird. It's certainly competently edited. That's not what I'm saying, but there are a couple of key instances where the film takes this jarring turn from shot to shot. Usually it's like a motion shot straight into a static, but it doesn't feel very natural. It seems kind of like stitched together as that was the idea, but maybe when they were shooting it, it wasn't quite done perfectly, so it doesn't have that nice flow in motion. There are some really visually striking moments in this movie, but it does feel like standard A24 fare in terms of the shots are beautiful to look at, but the substance of what is actually happening is not quite up to snuff. I think I said before, this movie is going to be very polarizing because if you buy into what the movie is putting down, if you buy into the drama, then you might actually get something out of this movie. Spoiler warning, I have to start talking about the plot point. It's the elephant in the room. The drama is about Zendaya's character nearly committing a school shooting when she was about 15 years old. Now, in a vacuum, this is a compelling plot point. Who is this person that I've decided to get married to? What are their intentions? Is there any way that they could, or this thing could manifest again throughout our relationship? However, the way that the characters go about interrogating this topic is poorly handled. We'll start with the biggest offender, which is Robert Pattinson's character. He feels like a caricature. His only driving force throughout the whole narrative is, oh my god, I'm so scared that my wife or my soon-to-be wife is a psychopath. But it's pretty evident, and the movie shows you that no, Zendaya's character is not a psychopath at all. Even though there was this thought of doing a school shooting once, she was pretty quickly confronted with the fact that school shootings and massacres are horrible things. And when this other shooting happened and she was faced with the reality of what this terrible massacre would bring, she pretty instantly changes. It's essentially saying that Zendaya's character that was bullied a little bit, wanted to commit a school shooting, didn't commit the school shooting. We should be locking her away in a box for the rest of her life because she thought about doing this and she nearly did. And it's super clear and evident that Zendaya's character has fully changed. But the annoying part is that none of the characters talk to each other. At least they try to, but they don't talk to each other in a realistic way. And this is what the problem is that the film doesn't interrogate this topic in a realistic way. Robin Pattinson's character certainly does not react in a normal way. Alana Haim's character just pisses me off the whole time. And Alana Haim is acting very well. She's doing well with the script that she's given. But her character has no nuance, has no semblance of a normal reaction. She just instantly turns on Zendaya, someone she is said to have known for a few years, and she's literally the maid of honor. I don't understand how you can be a maid of honor and turn on someone so quickly. And the worst part is that the drama leads to Robert Pattinson's character becoming a amalgamation of all the worst, most toxic traits that a man can have. He's a whiny little baby who constantly harasses his partner about something that they've done in the past and doesn't listen to when she tries to explain what has happened. It's pretty obvious that this movie was written by a man, and it seems to be pandering to that kind of choir as well. The other thing that really annoys me about this movie is it's a smaller line in the movie, but it really addresses the whole problem, which is that they actually don't want to touch the topic of school shootings. They only want to use that as a setting for the drama that's happening. There's a point where Robert Pattinson's defending Zendaya's character and Alana Haim, and he points out the systemic issues that school shootings are born from. And Alana Haim's character just goes, that's the elephant in the room. Are you saying that that's the problem? Like, are you blaming American society on why she is like this? Zendaya's character is like this? And that is the screenplay telling you, this topic, we actually don't really want to address the elephant in the room, so we'll call out the elephant in the room and then not actually say anything about it for the rest of the time. Because again, we don't want to actually say anything about this topic. We just want the aesthetics of talking about this topic. Unfortunately, this movie just does not cut it. I am not a fan at all. It's so lucky that it's acted really well and it looks visually striking, because I was rolling my eyes throughout the whole thing, and the way that the characters reacted to each other and what was said and the different elements that are brought into the narrative to up the ante just fall flat and leave me audibly groaning and rolling my eyes. And there are a couple times where I put my hands on my face saying, this movie is just trying to up the ante at every point without actually doing anything of substance. Here is my rating for the drama. A bit of a disappointing one, but thank you so much for watching. If you can, please like and subscribe. That would be amazing. Share the video around if you can. I really, really appreciate the support. The Project Hail Mary video is doing ridiculously well, and I can't thank you enough for watching. I hope you guys enjoy. Stick around if you want to. I've got a couple of other things coming out soon, and I'll see you in the next one.